Just wanted to first jump in with some comments regarding REA4. For those of you, I mean, pretty much everyone did well. I didn't give out any terribly low grades. If you are not pleased and you'd like to resubmit for a higher grade, you can always do that. If you just look at what comments I've made and take them into account and redo what needs to be redone and turn it back in. I won't always give you comments on your resubmission depending on how much time I have, but I will upgrade your grades. There's no reason that everyone in this class shouldn't have a good opportunity, good chance to get an A. So just for your edification. If I had to make one major overall global comment, it's this. Be critical. In HTR 7, I think, is where it talks about critically assessing your sources. When you deal with the source, this is the graduate level. Basically, it works like this. In high school, you're supposed to be able to just summarize what you read. In college, you're supposed to be able to give an opinion on what you've read. And at the graduate level, you're supposed to be able to make a critical assessment of what you've read. Critical assessment means you look at what you've read and you say, here are the potential problems or questions that this argument is going to have to deal with. Now, we're going to deal with this a lot more, and so you'll notice I didn't ping you very, very much on these issues because you're going to be reading more about this in How to Read a Book and Craft Research over the course of the quarter. But let's just lay it out now. At the graduate level, what you are supposed to be able to command and master before you finish your master's degree is the ability to critically assess, and that means to look at an argument, analyze the argument, succinctly summarize the argument, and then pull the argument apart and show here are the way the elements of the argument work together. These ones are strong because of this, they are weak because of that. Overall, the argument is good or bad, and here's why. Once you've done that, you are very, very well prepared to then say whether or not you agree or disagree and why. So you're able to give some content to the things that you originally were just kind of throwing out there in college and not even dealing with in high school. That's the way it's supposed to work. Of course, you'll probably have noticed that people have been asking you for your opinions on different things all the way through. But at the master's level, you're supposed to be able to do it in a very analytical, critical way. So if you got pinged anywhere, it was probably because I was saying, hey, we need analysis. I need you to analyze the source. So that's critical assessment, and that's probably, if you got pinged for anything, ping for that. Again, I haven't yet begun hitting you very much for grammatical, syntactical, or stylistic errors. But when I'm fixing those things, it's not just because I enjoy doing it. If you see me track changes on your stuff, or if you have a PDF and you see me crossing out lines and words and whatnot, I'm not just doing that because I enjoy it, because I don't. I'm doing it because I want you to notice different stylistic issues. For example, in American or North American English, we don't use scare quotes. That's the single quotes. We never use this unless we're doing a quote within a quote. We always use double quotes. That's just a thing. I mean, these are small little things, and I'm going to affect versus effect, stuff like that. I'm going to try and flag it for you, but in the end, I'm hoping that you'll begin editing and proofreading, taking into account the edits I'm making, so that hopefully I won't have to make them anymore. Now, let me say this: my dissertation advisor has edited and crossed out in red the same mistakes that I've made 100 times over, and I still make them. I understand. We get into habits, we don't notice the small things, but the time that you spend editing and proofing will make my life easier and will ultimately be both to your benefit in this class and in all the others. Alright, so that's REA4. Thanks, guys.